Jamaica, Jamaican, but to produce music be in America. But Jamaica said, we want her to represent us. Because Rihanna has this love for Jamaicans. Even then, Rihanna, she has that Jamaican thing. So Jamaica said, we want this person to represent us wherever they go. Uzola used to be an ambassador like South Africa back in the days. He was an ambassador for intaining. If there's a program international, Uzola was part of it because he was an ambassador for youth in South Africa. And not because by mistake, Uzola was doing a lot of things, guys, you remember. A lot of lives were saved during his Katsagazola because of he changed people's lives. And Uzola was bigger than president at the time. He was bigger than Thabo Mbeki. He was bigger than, not really Mandela. Yeah, time no, he can't. But treat yourself as that person, ongabai ambassador, as an actor or as a production. Your actors can start their own businesses. You guys, you just want to act. At some point, sit down and say, I just don't want to act. I want to open a business. If business is to teach the young ones. Open an organization and say, I've worked in industry as an actor. Yes, I'm bank tanda every day. Give back. Because the same people about tanda, if you're not giving back, so if you're up there, guys, don't forget those who are down there. Because you're going to need them. Kanti ubusiphaphela la uhlala emhlanga ungafuna uzimlazi. Hayi sicela uzokwenza igigi lana emlazi. Hayi umlazi. Lo muntu ukhulele emlazi. But today usezibona ngathi yena akakwazi uhamba yo perform emlazi. So you always need to be humble and give back. And also your company actors can create job opportunities. Run a community program, have your films play at festivals, ETV channels, and internet. So when you shoot, take those movies, when the workshop, these are the mistakes. So you're teaching them already through your own experience. Because now you have a product, and then you tell them, 1, 2, 3, because my mistake was doing this and that. Okay, let's do our second hour. Guys, another, because we're going to get to the second part of the workshop. Let's stand up. Let's stand up. Because you're sleeping now. You're sleeping. Okay, so tell us shaye kanje. And then the other one. Let's go completely. Move up. Back. Completely. Down. Okay, up. Side. Back. Front. Side. Up. Down. Up, down, side. Okay, let's go. Shake. I see Alana. Shake. And then see a mover. Shake, mover. Hey, abanya ba shake, guys. Shake. This is our wena pela la ungalali. A mover again. Shake. Okay, I see me. And then I'm gonna count to 10. See a pants in ne. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ne? Simple. Ne? Zocela uvula space kancane so that ukwazi ukufika ezantsi. Okay, ready? Let's go slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Okay, we're going up slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so when Zalenta bayibiza funny chicken, ne? There's a game about funny chicken, and we're just gonna do the last part. Okay? So tifaki chicken, sithi sonke quack. Once again tifaki chicken sonke. Ne? Si ready? Be ready, ne? Ready. And 3, 2, 1. Funky chicken. Quack. Let's go. Move. Ungami kwindawo eyodwa. Okay, guys, sit down. All right, I hope manje seni refresh kancane. We need to continue. Isikhathi sami Butfezile. Isikhathi. Remind me ngesikhathi ne. All right, please, because mina ngiyathanda ukukhuluma. Pitch your company production. Have a story, know your audience, have a brand strategy. These are the most three things engicabanga ukuthi zibalekile before you shoot, before as an actor ungene kwi-industry. Cabanga lezi zinto eziwu-3. If you have a production, i-script obviously kumele sibe right. Ma upitcha kwe-SABC, you need to have a good story. Because ngeke bathathe noma yini. So before you apply, work on your story, work on your story, work on your actors, because awukwazi ungena ku-generation ungakazi u-acte before. Abanye banenhlanhla ke they get, but only a few abanenhlanhla ungena bengakaze ba-performa before. So ngeke sibala abantu abancane compared kwabantu abawu-100. Only one abangena without experience. So don't compare yourself and think ukuthi hayi boom ngenhlanhla ngizongena. So always make sure you prepare yourself. And then know your audience, have a brand, and make sure that you push your brand. Because without that, you can't. Another slide. 3 things, guys. I hope nisibhale phansi, ne? Because zibalekile lezi zinto. Another slide. Okay, step on applying for funding. Sikhulumile ke lento briefly. Research about funding, institutions, and find out what they're looking for. Have a good story, get contact details, email and inquire, wait for an open call, download your first application forms, organize necessary required documents, submit before deadline. Guys, ngicela siwabhale phansi lama points. These are the things you need to do before you apply. Asikakhulumi nge-application. This is the information that you're going through before. Ne? Have them. If it's possible, I can email to anyone who wants to start a company. I'll give you for free. But make sure that uthandi register kuyena. Write your email there. I will send them to you so that you can go over lente sixoxayo. I don't mind. I always like sharing information. But next time nizongikhokhela. All right, these are the most important funders, guys. Nayibona imali le phezulu. I'm sure sonke sifuna green lapho, blue, pink. Siyawufuna nje sonke. So this is how to get le mali. These are the steps. For me, mhlawumbe omunye umuntu uzothi hayi lama steps awasebenzi, but for me these are the things you need to make sure you understand. Go and do research yabo. DFO ilana, KwaZulu Natal Film Commission ilana, Gauteng Film Commission iseJozi. The most endala ke eyokuqala uba khona in South Africa when the government said we need to have an institution esoyinika imali ishare nama artists. So this is the first institution in South Africa khona, National Film Video Foundation. It was the first. A parliament, when they decided how can we spread the mali, they said we need to open a National Film Video Foundation so that our artists can apply through that. So yonke le mali, guys, Butfezile uzongitshela if I'm wrong. This is what happens when they go to parliament. Each department ithola imali. Sport ithola imali, budget, angithi. Entertainment ithola imali, budget. And then you go yonke enye into ke business, you go to anything ehlangene nomgodi umhlaba, everything in South Africa in a budget yayo. So entertainment, they said okay, sharp, arts, music, film, television, this is the budget. Now let's start our institutions where our artists are going to apply. Because you can't go to a parliament to apply for funding. It was going to be tricky. So they established Lezinto so that you guys can get access. So our government will give DFO imali and say, DFO, itini budget yenu, nifuna malini in order for you to prosecute 2021. And then he will give them, sometimes I nitoli yonke. Sometimes nitola less because government uzothi hayi asina mali. How about sinige 5 billion? Because I'm just saying, making an example. So ati no, yazini, I see ukuthi nifuna 10 billion, but we only have 5 billion for ugrana mhlambi from now until the next 5 years. And then abanike, so what the DFO needs to do, it needs to spend le mali ngokuthi sinike imali. Do you understand that? The process yemali ukuthi qala kiphi? And then SABC nayo, same story because it's under e-government. It's a public, so government, we pour in imali SABC and say, SABC, make sure that you employ our productions so that abantu bathola umsebenzi. So SABC will get that money there, and then they will make their own sponsors. But most of imali ye SABC iphuma ku government. Say it all. And then the only independent, or maybe not say the only independent channel, ETV. Do we all know that? ETV doesn't get imali from government. They started to ETV from the ground. Batlanganisa imali, and then they open a channel. And then it grew and grew and grew. Same thing, Mnet has been there. We are at the beginning, ngintshelile story ukuthi kuqale kephi ifilm ikade yabakhona ke yona at the time. So imzansi or Mnet yona ivele yazala or Mnet or 161 yazala all these channels. But Mnet kade wabakhona. I think abakhule kule age yami they will remember ukuthi bowulinda kuze kushaya 7. 7 o'clock Mnet uzohlala at 8, 9. It's some boom, acishe Mnet. Because we had to wait for that time. ETSTV being agabikho at the time. Am I lying, guys? TV1, TV2, TV3. But we Mnet kwakumele sends a show. Sends a show manje ukuthi hey, guys, nizohlala as a family, nibuke whatever program within that 2 hours or 2.5 hours, and then Mnet uyayicisha. But you know, I'm going to tell you something that I think it's a theory or something, it's a conspiracy. I always ask myself, why you SABC a better kangaka? Do you know ukuthi majority yabantu ababuki SABC are black people? Do you know majority yabantu of productions ezifundwayo are black people? And then Mnet or DSTV came through. Guys, it's a competition, angithi. I competition yokuthi how do we get abantu abamnyama from SABC bajampe baze ku ETV? How can we get abantu abamnyama bajampe baze ku DSTV? So there was this battle ke manje. Now you know ekhaya ke South Africa, guys, we are bad with leadership. We are very bad with leadership. Somebody didn't see ukuthi DSTV competition. You remember when they started channel yabu 161 ukuthi they took content. And the content ebidlala ku 161 content esijwayele kubani SABC. Do you remember? Oh, the Queen Nanani, those ideas izinto bekumele kanti zidlala ku SABC. But because of DSTV saw a competition and say we need that black audience. Let's create lento abayifuna because SABC uyahluleka ba busy nenkinga zabo zemali nani. Tina, let's utilize senze a show ukuthi we produce I content yabantu abamnyama. And all of you jump to DSTV. There's hardly a person who can DSTV like I namang. And you hardly watch SABC lab. But after that, you don't watch SABC. We book through DSTV. We understand. I get on a TV la on a channel SABC, ETV, Pela. Ukona. Song is number DSTV. So for me, it was a competition. And they were very clever, these guys from DSTV. We didn't see it coming. So that's why SABC is struggling because they can't break the competition between them and DSTV. And with DSTV, guys, unama channel amangaki. Over 500 channels. SABC unama channel amangaki. SABC 1, 2, 3. And then there's an Enco, because I think Enco is born. And do you know, DSTV, when Utlawuti was in the office, they bought all these things to DSTV. And then they opened each channel about Enco. Do you realize that by buying manje that content, abantu abamnyama, ratings were going up? Because people still remember Stumo, they want to watch it. Now, Uzalo was competing no Stumo. Abadala is committed, so Stumo pel. So now remember, this is a competition, it's about ratings. So you always need to be clever and understand lesson. Okay, let's move forward, guys. Isikhathi sethu siyahamba. Move forward, slide. Move forward quickly. So make sure, lezinto, these are the basic things that you need to understand before you do any application. Then therefore, bane form yabo iqishifane ne NFEF nale KwaZulu Natal iqishifane in terms of our application. So you always find these in common goes on. When you move to another slide, guys, quickly. So I want to do an exercise quickly, ne? I want to do an exercise quickly so that you understand the yonke lento besikhuluma namhlanje. So these are the website, guys, you need to use if you need any information about filmmaking. There's Film in Africa, which is filmcontact.com. So we filmcontact.com. You'll find every information about funding. You'll find every information about ama production ashutai. Go there, Film Contact, Durban Film Office, visit their website. If you want to know what application are open nini, location permits, yonke leonto, you find it on the website. Because abanye benu nimane nfone luput Musa, got information ikoni ku website. Apra Musa sicela ukubuza form ye location. And if you go to the website uzoyithola. And then we have call a crew. Abanye benu ke as crew, DOP, director. This is an agency for you guys. Labantu baya negotiatela. Na ile from the bottom right. Bottom right, it's called call a crew. Nangu paliwe la pikoneni. So call a crew is for mostly guys who are working behind the scenes. Lo aputomile lapha kwe camera. I-call a crew can represent him magafuna umsebenzi. Aye ku-Andile, athi Andile awukhulumi nami. As a camera person awukhulumi nami, khuluma ne-call a crew. Yiyona ezo-negotiate ifee yami. Do you understand? So make sure that you follow these websites because it's baleke kakhulu for both actors, crew, everyone. Because uzoyithola lento oyidingayo. And then let's move, slide. So these are the useful websites you need to make sure that you follow. Let's move, guys. Isikhathi siyangishaya. Let's go, let's go. Omunye on the phone, you can even go now and check. So these are the main channels I was talking about, guys. Do you see how few are them, like South Africa? If you go to America, there are more channels. If you go to Europe, there are more channels, which means there's more work to be provided. But like here, ETV, SABC, DSTV, that's it. Do you see ukuthi competition ngoba asinayo indawo eningi yomsebenzi. We can always compete to get the project yako ku ETV or get your project ku SABC. Mangiti SABC, I mean 1, 2, 3. Mangiti ETV, nale ku internet, vote, bayibiza vote, because ETV ine-channel edlala ku internet. So if you want to submit a movie yako khona, ingadlali ku ETV, uyithole ku website yabo, idlale khona through internet. And also DSTV, we have now Mzansi Magic, Bioscope, zonke lezi zinto uzithola lapha. So do you see how limited we are in terms of getting imali? Because there's many of us aba compete ukuthi ama project wethu angene khona. So this is another thing, TV and film channels details. So free to air, which is SABC, le oyithola mahala, but abanye abantu ke kumele bakhokhe license, but yona i-air for free. So we've got your ETV, Movie Extra, Reality, Newsroom and Sports, Tunes, Rewind, ENCA, zonke zifola under ETV. And then independent stations. Yabona lezi yilezi eziqalwe from the ground. Umuntu wathi yazini ngifuna ba ne-channel yami. Moja Love, independent. People's Weather, Yonke Mindset Learning, Newsroom Africa, it's independent. Business Day, Parliamentary, Roots, My TV, Super TV. Most of these are independent. And then we go to multi-choice. Multi-choice have Mnet City, Movies, Magic, Kainet. And I want to talk just briefly about Kainet. Do you know Uguti Kainet, guys? The productions there, they get paid more than Ozalo. They get paid more than Noimbeu. As much as we don't watch Tinu Kainet, yabona lezi into 70 land. Usakhona umuntu oyibuka 70 land. You know those guys, they get paid more than amanye actors because of Ukainet. Ukainet u-ownwa ngubani? Khona ungangitshela. Why Tangit? So when it comes la, they take care of their own people. But when it comes kwa wethu ama production, ama actors ayakhala, abanye bashona bengenamali. Lana we don't even watch Ikainet, but those guys they get proper funding every day. So you always need to open your mind guys ngalezinto because it's oksiza. And then we have South African Broadcasting, SABC 1, 2, News, Education, Sport. Community stations, guys. If you have a movie, short film, documentary, go to these channels. How TV, ITV, 1KZN, Rising Sun TV, Mpumakapa TV, Cape Town TV, Soweto TV, which is 17. My movie will be playing with Soweto TV, Tswane TV. All these stations, I've applied to all these channels. It's only that abanye batati card. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna post, oh, Tswane TV took my movie. Oh, How TV took my movie. For me, it's about my name and my production going out. Then after I'll deal with SABC. After I'll deal with ETV. Because already I've created a platform yama fans. People who know Zilelako Productions from the root. Bangayazi ku SABC already. Buy bonnet from the ground and then they grow with the production. And then there's also guys, Lezos Tola get directed, DSTV, OpenView HD, 7 Africa TV. And then we have the streaming. Guys, na imali. Imalila. Nyabona la kupalo kona streaming media. Nyabon. From the top right, Imalila. Showmax. eVod, lebeng intshela ngayo, yaga ETV, Telkom 1. Do you know ukuthi Telkom 1 unentefana no Netflix? And they are looking for content as we speak. Who knows about Telkom 1? You know. Please guys, visit www.telkom1. Uzobona, they are looking for content and bazokhokhela so that movie yakidlale on the internet. And also Netflix. I guess sonke siyamazi Netflix. Everyone wants to be on Netflix. Nakhona imali iningi lapha. And also Amazon Prime. Bakhona bamazi Amazon. Because most of the time Amazon angithi bayak deliver sometimes you buy something on the Amazon, but they have a TV channel at the same time. So submit your production there. Izodlala ku internet. And these guys are paying good money. Because these companies are from overseas. Netflix and all of that. Akuzona. So make sure you target them. Next slide, guys, quickly. Professor Sambagat. It's all right. Mina better 5, angit. No, let's go. Summary, guys. This is a summary of everything in school mangayo namhlanje. Number 1, research. Number 2, have a good story or be a good actor. If unkulma nama actors. Have a good story, be a good actor. You don't just become a good actor. You attend workshops, you train yourself, stand in front of a mirror, who's actele wena. Because abanye banelento ukuthi manje bangene kwi live. Hey, ngibena mahloni uyabheda usisi. Uyitshela ukuthi yena ufuna ukriticize. Because when you do a live, u-actor kwi live. Remember feedback ozoyithola guys. Social media is cruel. Bangayibulala icareer yakho manje. Because when I uthi hayi ngizongena ku Insta ngifuna babone ukuthi ngiyakwazi uactor, but ama comments ozawathola lapho can crash your dream. So always be private. It's either uma wakho baba kuba actele every day. Act because you're training yourself every day. Make sure you have contacts. You know SABC unai number yayo. You know ETV une number yabo. So make sure you have contacts. Even Nami, take my contacts so that if you need help, submit audition. What should I do? Perfect example, ukhona usisi wangifonela line audition yozalo because she attended my workshop. Luzu, hey, I'm about to go in, yes, and I'm very, I don't know what to do, but ngilagula yini ngizongena kuzalo. Ngithi yazini, because this is the only trick you can do as an actor. Ngamuza ukuthi ekhaya ubani one character ocabanga ukuthi le character if uyayidlala abantu bazoyithenga. Izithuma wakho manixabana ubani umuntu ongathi manje ungamdlala ekhaya. Acabanga ngathi oh, I think ngingadlala umama. Ngithi sharp because it's something you know. Uma wakho umbona every day in such a way that in your mind you already know ukuthi uma wakho ukhuluma kanjani akithi. So get in that audition, act uma wakho cause uzophuma lula kuwena because uyamazi spend isikhathi naye every day. Okay, she was like sharp ngizokufonela in the next hour masengingenile. Then I phone excited. Yo, ngithini athi yo bangithathile they want me to go for the second round. Ngathi for the second round you can make sure you prep. Because now this is the real time la bazokunika khona opportunity. And then the second time bamthatha wa actor kuzalo. I can't mention names. Ngizontshela next time. So she called me because she realized ukuthi I can get an advice kulo muntu because of he's been there and fundisa about acting. So always use your contact, guys. Use your contacts and have a budget. Yile nto bengingibuza yona ukuthi ubani une account la evuliwe amanebe ku 100 rand for ama class for modeling for anything you invest in yourself uqala. Don't go and spend imali yakho etshwaleni. At least if uyophuza ke thatha 100 rand ubeke eceleni to buy the camera. Thatha 100 rand to go and attend the audition because you need to invest in yourself. Because manje once uthola imali kwabanye abantu uzodependa always udependa kwabanye abantu because when you expect ukuthi TO4 izohlezi kunika imali if ayikunika ushoot So do it. Save, save, save. For the next 10 years, uyitshela ukuthi ngizobeka 100 rand. Next 10 years, 10,000 ungaba nayo because awusebenza ngithi. But uyakwazi ukuthola 100 rand. So always make sure that ibudget yakho nayo for anything. And then shoot if we production. Ayikho production existayo without shooting. If you don't have content, no one knows you. So why should we bother? Because asikwazi akaze sibone nemovie yakho. And then you need to make sure that you market your product, do the branding thingy, faka if niyashoota kusasa, zama 100 rand uyoprint iskipper sa noma ugqoke wena wedwa kwicompany because awunayo imali uthengele crew. Do that because of the more you wear your own product, the more people see you visible. Bakholwa ukuthi hayi shoot yenzeka lento because siyambona ubhizi uprint ama shirts wakhe. So always brand yourself, guys. Instead of uthenga isicathulo sika 3,000, think about it and say, yazin, I'll spend 1.5 kule scatulo, I'll do ama shirts ngenye imali to wear my own production name. That's investment, that's spreading. Because lo 3,000 angithi waste ile wathenga isicatulo sika 3,000, there's no return. Usigqoka in the next 5 months, sesichekile sibheke eceleni. Kanti if you invest kule t-shirt, the t-shirt I think it's been 2 years nginayo. And I wear it every time I'm doing workshops. I wear it because I want people to remember ukuthi there's a production called Lelako. Because some of you, manahambala, this is going to stick in your mind. Because I'm using this strategy of marketing. Okay? And then guys, another thing that I feel with sonke we need to be aware of. Nami anginayo imali, but the aim is to make money. Ayikho into ebuhlungu guys uniperforme, you are known in America, you are known. But because you never focused on making money. And I know me now, when I was working on Uzalo, there were actors who were borrowing money from me. I can't mention names. These are big people you know in Babugai. But I can't say Utubani Nobani because I can't disrespect Abanya Band. But I'm trying to make an example of Uti. The same actors in this buga every day. Omunya gana imale upa manje to go and shoot. But nimbona every day gqoke kamnandi gqoke kahle uhamba ngemoto kanje but makumele atholakale setini imali ayikho because they focusing on wrong things. Ufuna ukubonakala emaphathini egqoke kahle angazi kama awards guys you spend money kwingubo zenu zama awards hamba uyokwenza ingubo yaka 5,000 lapha abanye they can't even pay back that money. Nangu lathoya manje Uber bahamba baya kibo bapaka la ngaphandle bathi Latoya uyi-celebrity u-actor generation sicela imali yethu ye-Uber kunini ugibela i-Uber for free. I don't know whether ningena sibone leso story. Ama Uber ahamba aya kibo bapaka bonke all the guys aba owayo but this person simbuka every day ku-generations uhlulwa ukukhokhela una that thing yokuthi mina I have money kodwa ayikho and iyi-pressure kuthina sonke guys as artists sifuna ukubonwa sinemali singanayo. And that's a bad attitude. That is why each and every time Sibana more movie, they don't make it up there because it's another bad attitude of not knowing how to save, of not knowing how to use imali. Sikala ngente wrong. Thola imali namhlanje kusasa usune townhouse uhlala emhlanga. Awukhohli ukuthi kunama rates lapha. You need to pay those rates. Masiphelile le budget iTFO ekunike yona uzoyikhokha ngani amanzi mawaphelile. Because when usebenzisa the same money iTFO akunika yona ukuthi wena ukwazi uhamba uyogroove but uthi yofo uyafika athi awu guy uthe uzoqeda iproject yakho December yazi bengisahlanganisa inyungu but we gave you imali iphi nowhere to be found. So we need to be careful guys and thank you very much for your time. Ngiyathemba ukuthi namhlanje you've got information and mina ke I don't lie guys, I put it as it is because I know how hard it is. Akukho lula guys. If you got it ungakazi uyisebenzele, you need to think twice. Because ngeke understand ukuthi kunzima kangakanani ukuqala anything. If we actile because of unosisi wakho or production, you don't know the journey of becoming that actor because uthathiwe wafaka. And I always say to actors, yes ungangena ku production uact, can you maintain it? Yes yakubona kuzalo for 4 years, but can we see you in the next 10-15 years? Because at some point, Uzalo is going to get sick and tired of you. What's the next plan as an actor? So don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Work with production 5 years, and then after 5 years, you're like, let me do something else. because leyo nto yile ozofela back on when ungasadingwa yenye production. So let's always invest. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Nibe safe. I'm gonna see you. Must shoot us on. Call me to your production. I'll come and assist and guide you if you need help. Ngiyabonga kakhulu, guys. Hope you enjoyed.
Another round of applause for Uluzuko. Ngizocela ukuspenda nje a few minutes if khona abantu abanemibuzo simbuze Uluzuko, because hey guys, hey, so much information in one day. I ngeke. And there's quite a lot. In fact, when he spoke about budget, a problem there. I'll just speak briefly about the budget. We had a production, right? So we funded this production. And what happened was that within 7 days, 100,000 gone. Not spent towards a production or a project, let's say, finally, but besibona okho runnings. That's a story for another day. So is there anyone who has a question for Uluzuko? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Is there any revolving mic?
On
Yeah, that's all.
uzozisho igama.
Sanibona, igama lami nguLizeka, an upcoming filmmaker. So,
Please
bengicela ukubuza-
make your questions. Sorry.
Okay, cela
Can you
ukubuza
please
ukuthi-
make your questions?
Okay, cela ukubuza
brief.
ukuthi, how can you get access to angel investors or film investors?
Okay, I'm glad to buza leyo question. In South Africa kubhlungu ngani, we don't have any private supporters or investors. Like if you go to America, Nike can give a safe house Denzel Washington and say sifuna unibona negqoka Nike lapha kule movie, so we'll sponsor you and give you imali engaka. But in South Africa you hardly have these brands supporting our filmmakers because they don't really believe in us, because nathi I blame us because the standard some movies wethu sometimes is not up there. So I don't blame Nike if akafuna ungifunda. So if I'm shooting manje, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna approach uPatu. I say Patu ngiyanicela ni support. But uPatu naye won't understand ukuthi kahle kahle baya investor ngokuthi banginike icathulo zabo kwi movie yami. So it's so unfortunate like South Africa ukuthi private investors, they are not really involved in filmmaking. So how do you go about it? As I was saying, because I think I did give you information, Google should be your friend. Google anything uzoyithola. And phone, guys, because there's always a number. SABC, Mauyak website, 1011. Phone it. And you know what's so sad? You get my phone with SABC. Kuzomela ukhulume nabantu abawu-10 ukuze uthole lo mfunayo. Because omunye uzothi, oh, ufuna inamba yefanda. Sicela ukhulume nobani sokutransfera. Uno 10 rand efonini yakho. Imali yahamba. Or sometimes uzu music. Lapho imali iyaphela. So you always need to phone these, save for just making contacts, phone every day. That's how you're gonna make it. Ba phone labantu ungasabi, even if you phone uthi uPhutfezile ngimbonile ku workshop, ngicela ukhuluma naye. And into ebhlungu guys, don't call uPhutfezile ungayazi uzothini kuyena just because une contact yakhe. Say uPhutfezile ngiyafona because I want to know yini mistake engiyenzayo manga apply because kade ngi-apply. Ngicela ungilungise. That's all. Is it indaba ye tax mangiyifake wrong? So uyazi ukuthi ufunani. Because omunye uzofuna athi aPhutfezile ngifuna imali lapho uyifunelani. And then akasakwazi ukuphendula. So always have information before you make a contact. Kululu kwenza ama contact guys. You call, send emails again and again. Someone is going to answer. And if you are here, network, kuluma nabanye la ubabuze. You don't know, maybe there's a producer la. So always network all the time.
Okay. Before ngizothatha wesibili ngicela nje ukunikeza iadvice kuma emerging filmmakers. You know, if as a DFO I give you imali like 250,000 to produce a project yakho being your film then. But kumele ukwazi approacha abanye abantu. There is what we call in-kind support, you know, where you can even get abantu abazo advertise a film yakho so that by the time whoever ozokwazi ukuyi-broadcaster kube wena ukwazile ukusosa any funding besides the government. And government is not going to be there forever. Uluzuko wenze example. And I want to make another example about in Hollywood in Nigeria. You know those guys, they make about, I don't know how many movies they make in 1 year. And they are not dependent on government wakhona. It's private funding. So bayakwazi ukuye bank athi umuntu because ngithole le mali uzoproducer lama film asheshe ukuwaproducer so that azokwazi ukwenza more money and then athola there is return on investment there, yabo. Unlike government now we give you funding. That's why bengenza example yokuthi umuntu uya ko call runnings because it's free funding, you know. You're not gonna pay it back, you know. Ngicela ukuya ku question kuthi angiyithi umzimba wami. Okay, now usisi lapha ya o bengiqale ngobani izandla zaziningi manje. Is there any revolving mic by the way? Who's assisting me here? If ikhona eseduze kwakho ngicela usebenzise yona. I think ayasebenza wonke. And ngokusheshsha question, no 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, just one question. Sizokwazi ukukhululana. Thank you. It's not working.
Just to save time, Gibe.
Uyashontsha wena.
No, just to save. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Babuluzo. Miningi but lo obaleke njengamanje ngicela uqala ngawo. Ngibuze platform wrong before. I'm experienced actor in different production but angaze ngibe ne role engaka. Fine. Now I do have information nama skills ukuthisha abantwana abancane. So elokishini I took it upon myself ekuthenini but ikosli lonke ngithe ngivula ama class. I'm running ama class on 2 premises. So abantu engibazi abenza lezinto ngiyaba invite. So ikinga ami sekuthenini make money gcineni iphuzu lakho, make money ilona engilikhohliwe mina. So I train and promote, but la ngipromote khona kwamanje ngipromotela ama casting agencies. Fika training promotela ama casting agents. Mhlawumbe 1 month athole umsebenzi umuntu, then i-casting agent iclaim. Angilweli lokho, engikulwelayo ukuthi uma izoclaima naye avuma ukuthi iclaim ifeshayeka lapha ya. Amanye ama skills mase efuna ukuwadinga kumina uzokwazi kanjani ukubuyela kumina. So my aim, ifiso sami sekuthenini ngingakwazi na ukuthi ngisebenze ngitrain abantwana ngikwazi ukuthi ngibatholele amathuba kwi-production without me being casting agents.
Okay, yes, sir, you can. Angithi manje le ngane zakho if ziwu-10 lapha kuwena. You can shoot na into encane mhlawumbe ka 5 minutes. Abazali bayayisupport ingane zabo. And say hambani niye kubazali benu nicele o20 rand. Sizokwenza lento esishuthile senze sure ukuthi abazali bayabona umsebenzi because abazali abathanda ingane zabo zifike kuwe every day but abayiboni into abayenzayo. So you can start making money kanjalo. Laba 20 rand abangena ngabo, you can start buying food for these kids. Because when you write a letter kumzali, you're gonna say, lo 20 rand ozongena ngawe emnyango, ulo ozobuyela back kwingane zakho because kumele badle abanye mhlawumbe bashaya transport. So you can start kanjalo, making sure you involve abantu abazohlezi bekusupporta financially. Uqala ku 10 rand. And the day ushuta ke manje imove osubona ukuthi right independently, then you can start 100 rand ubize uye playhouse ucela ukuthi ucela ubuyisa movie. It doesn't matter even if ufika abantu abawu10 une 1000 rand oyenzile lapho, because every business starts somewhere. So as much as uthi une experience with acting, you already started something that can engakufakela imali already, which is the organization yengane encane. Involve ama-parents, bakhokha ama-ticket, all that. Remember kudala sasinjalo esikole elokishini kune booty pageant. Asazi ukuthi ubani ownayo, but sizothenga ama-ticket. Or esikoleni kune booty pageant, abazali bazokhokha ama-ticket. And then leya mali ke you start investing in business yakho. So there's always ways of making money, even if you are independent.
Power.
That's all. Ngicela ukuthatha about 3. Ngizocela aphakama umuntu asho igama nokuthi uqhamuka kuphi, asho question yakhe briefly, and then kanjalo. Just 3 ke manje. Sisazoqhubeka guys, ngisafuna ukuza kwi-program esenayo because our program yo. Ngicela ukuthatha uyi-1 usisikade phakamisa lapha. Ngizothatha wena, ngizothi number 1. Ngibese ngithatha nangu usisi number 2. Ngicela ukuthatha ubhuti ke manje okugcina. Oh, akekho. Okay. Okay, ngizothatha usisi boy 2.
Hello.
You know, sometimes ukuba nepassion ngento kuyasibulala, because at the end of the day kumele umuntu adle, but wena uzolandela ipassion kunje ngokuthi umuntu uzothi yo angiyamthanda we athi hayibo abanye abangani bakhe ngoba kanamali nje. Okay, asiyeke lapho awuzesiswa no wena mfethu qala.
Abhuti
Okay,
first,
izabhuta landelo sis.
So opportunity of passion. Okay, so umbuzo ke kuwena Luzuko ne is do you see NFT right now ngoba ngathi ukuthola imali kuyinkinga. So do you see NFT bridge a low gap between creative nemali? Ngoba nje mhlawumbe bangayazi NFT is non-fungible token, so a digital currency basically. And if every sale you make, wonke umuntu odayisile gets a 10% royalty. That's what Tory Lanez did, that's what Jay-Z is hopping on, everyone is hopping on. So I'm pose a question because I also posed it to Universal Music CEO, and he did say, Guti, we are going to be disrupted. So now I'm posing a question to you. Guti, ikona yini njengamanje leyo initiative where ni token and ningakwazi ukuthi i-movie yakho ikwazi ukube i-token so that i-funding ngaba khona.
No, if you try to vele, it's more like we're going to Bitcoin. At some point, uzobank and get Bitcoin. At some point in the next 20 years. So that's the future of Israel. But now for film and television, many people don't understand it. So to even go there, go as you, because ufuna ukwazi more. But if you're gonna go as a majority, kusamele sazi ukuthi yini lento kuqala. Because abanye bethu, they don't even know what is that. So we need to have workshops and workshop abantu ukuthi yini lento okhuluma ngayo. Because into icishe ibe similar ne Bitcoin. So kwa film daughter, it's gonna take another 10 years. Oputfezile need to do classes on that. Because that's the future of Israel. That's where we're going. We're going through internet yonke into manje. Manje you're no longer gonna use paper for imali. Even ama-card azophela. You're just gonna put code and then boom, usune mali yakho. So that's the future. But for now, as a filmmaker, I don't think you need to worry too much about it. Do the information and research, but for now, they don't understand it for film and television.
Ngoba isikhathi siyahamba. Usayikhumbula i-floppy disk? Hayi sengishima iminyaka ke manje. But bengisho nje ukuthi ngoba isikhathi siyahamba. But zonke izinto, people become innovative, you know, as time goes by. Ngicela wena siswa.
Bengisacela ukubuza Zuku. Ngaphansi kwe-point lele pitch your company product. Yeah. Uthe know your audience. So ngi-confuse kancane ukuthi mawuthi know your audience, usho ukuthi demographic side noma usho ukuthi ngithi ngibhala ngibe ngibhala ngazi ukuthi ngibhalela i-channel ukuthi the story it's for i-channel ukuthi noma usho in terms of ngazi age noma ulayo noma channel.
Know your audience means mau perform a stage, perform bani. Who comes and watch your show? Is it white people or black people? So that ungabhali into lana uyibhala nge-English when you perform i-crowd yakho kugcwala abantu abamnyama.
Should it demographics?
So i-demographic ibalekile. Even when you write your script, know ukuthi le ngifuna ibe 100% Zulu. Because that's where I'm at. I want every movie I make 100%. Because people don't know ukuthi when you apply for the Oscar, they say labantu they need 90% of indigenous language, which means I movie yako before bayithathe Oscar, they need it ukuthi Zulu sikhulunywe 90% of the time, 10% of English. Ilento yenzeke eNigeria, Nollywood. Ama movies amaningi bawa rejectile because eNigeria English yabo ayifani English yase UK nase America. So they were disqualified. Ama movie mahle, but they were disqualified because of this thing of bafuna language yase Nigeria when you go through. So you always need to be aware ukuthi as an actor, who are you performing for? Ma performa kuzalo oba nababo kuzalo. 90% of the time is black people who are watching it. So as an actor, when you prep ke manje, don't say ngiprepara belungu. Ngiprepara abantu abamnyama, but do accommodate abantu abamhlophe. Because at some point nabo, khona le 10% or 5% who watches uzalo and they will like you. So always prep yourself according to majority obani. Then perform for these people. Because ibona bazokuthatha bakubeke phezulu. Because they support your content.
The moment uba ne concept and you put your pen on a paper, you must know already ukuthi audience yakho ebhalelayo ubani. Uzoya kuyiphi platform. Thank you. Ngicela ukudlula.
Budluzo siyabonga story but sibonge kakhulu nange production ne presentation yakho la. Egama lami ngoWise usho yangazi. So ngi interested kakhulu kule production yakho le uthe i death of Spurs. Yes. So ngibheka ukuthi kwi distribution ngabe mhlawumbe ume kanjani because ngeke ngahlala I think the late person what distributor a project la ilo baba lo the late uJunaid ngeke ngahlala naye sixoxa ngendaba ye distribution and so forth. So engicabanga ukuthi it's the biggest challenge esinayo nami ngibhekene nayo njengamanje because ngathi nginawo ama project enginawo ekhabetheni amanye khona nge project engingayisa la ekhaya banganginikeza imali hayi angigive uphanga ngisazophinda futhi ngibavukuze baze bayikhiphe imali ngwabonile ingqwembe beyikhipha ngasho ukuthi hayi nami one day ngizoba right. But bengibheke kulento ye distribution ukuthi ngabe ikhona yini indlela onayo wena. Yes, akhona ama production company, ama broadcaster yonke lento le, but ngabe eyakho iplan njani ungareveal konke mhlambe makuthi don't feel comfortable. Ngicela siyeke nalento yokuthi sizi comparison Nollywood because akusebenzeli thina ukuthi si comparison Nollywood la kuthina because abasebenzi. And secondly nendaba yokuthi sina la mawuzo produce projects fanele ifane ne yase America again we can't. And in strategy sabo futhi abasebenzayo ngeke ngahlala kwi fact funding machine mina nama Nigerians ukuthi how do they make their projects. So as trying ukuthi senze into yethu thina ukuze mhlambe lento yethu iphumelele. Ngiyabonga.
Ngizokuphikisa kancane ntwana ne. In Nigeria is where they are now because of akaze ba depend ku distribution. Ubutfezile lento bezama uyisho ukuthi do it. It doesn't matter no quality ya better as long because abanye abantu bathanda story. Ungathola ugogo manje ubhizi ubuke into zase Nigeria. Kunomama ongasebenzi ubuke. So how many family members abanabantu abangasebenzi but they sit and watch. That's distribution on its own. Because now staff sakho now people get to know them. And to be honest with you guys, lenda bet distribution is no longer existing manje. Nangu YouTube ukhona. You don't need distributors now. Tatinto yako, if you can, if I go YouTube or speak to someone who's a sponsor, and then if kudlali advert, while you move yakidlala, you make money out of it. So ama distributors now, they know and realize ukuthi ayisasebenzi. Perfect example, yomuntu engambuza mina ukuthi distribution uyenza kanjani. Uzuko no data. Do you know ukuthi uzuko no data uncovered ube distributela yena? He didn't find anyone, he did it on himself. And look at his success ebenayo through Uncovered. So it's possible. Just know ukuthi unoka kanjani, because when you go to Star Chemical, bazokubuza ama question amaningi ukuthi question yokuqala bakubuza ku Star Chemical, imali yethu izobuya kanjani la? Urent space sizokunika, but we need to make money nathi. So if you know how to answer those questions, kulula ukuthi uyithole without umuntu ozokukhulumela. So distribution, yes, in America, it's a big thing because sikhuluma ngabantu abadila nezwe lonke. But in South Africa incane, so akukho lula ukuthi movie yakhe penetrate throughout the world. But in America, it's very important to be distribution. Nabona, they know in Netflix came in. Yasho ukuthi Hollywood, we want to come, give us your movies. In Hollywood yathi hayi Netflix ungazodlala la, angeke senze imali. Look at the #1 streaming on the internet yini Netflix is beating Hollywood. And last time I checked, Hollywood wanted to buy shares the Netflix. I don't know whether the deal went through because they realized that everyone is on the internet, man. So your stuff, fag on YouTube, fag everywhere. That's how you're gonna distribute yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
And no movie is a bad movie. Yeah. It's just that when you choose the wrong audience. Ngicela wena sis.
Hi, thanks for the platform. My name is Kanisela Zondi. Okay, maybe it's one question. I'm more interested in the intellectual property of films. How do you then go about on having to decide on a legal counsel in your film production? Are there even legal counsels or instrument lawyers? And how do you then differentiate between getting a lawyer who is more into, either be more into intellectual property of films or an entertainment lawyer with regards to drafted contracts, agreements within the film production? That's my question. Two, I would like to answer the investment question. IDC is providing sort of like a platform for media and visual for production companies. So if you're looking for an investor, then IDC is the way to go.
IDC.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ngizocela ukwenza kanje uyibambile question.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ngizocela the next two. Hey kodwa baba bengithe nje ngivale dala kodwa manje. Hawu kodwa Nkosi yami. Ngicela please just briefly.
That's one.
Ngicela ukhulume ma kancane nje siso. But uLuzuko uzonikeza ama contacts wakhe akhona I'm sure somewhere. If khona amanye ama questions because phela singalala la. In fact ngeke silale ngoba sobe sikhuluma kuze kuse. Ngicela usho ke ma question yakho and then keep it short please.
Sanibona umama Phumulo lokhulumayo. Akukho okuningi engizokubuza njengoba usushilo. Izinto eziningi ngizizwe ngikade ngikicube. Ngiyojabula noZuku uma kwazile ukuthi usinikeze ama details akho. Ngivula iproduction yami, ngiyayilontsha kusasa. So kuningi engifuna ukwazi njengoba ngisayiqala. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you. That was short, nice, precise. Angazi ngiyibamba ngiyithini. Ngicela ufethu.
Ya ngiyabingelela ngizosuka kwelijika nje njengomuntu emuka. Igama lami nguSibusiso ngwakaHlongo Sibongo. No ngeke ngezwe la ubhuti loZuko ekhuluma indaba ukuthi kuze kugcine mhlampane sekuwukuthi like every year maybe iDFO isigcina sikhipha maybe ama funding to abantu abafanayo and stuff kanjalo kanjalo. So njengoba eke wa mention ukuthi ko Joes kanje like kunama TVs amaningi ama productions amaningi asebenza khona. Ngicabanga ukuthi labantu laba like iDFO or whatever enza ama fundings and stuff ukuthi maybe mangabe ukuthi labo bantu laba bahlezi baqhamuka nama content right mhlawumbe maybe ngahlanganiswa ndawonye ukuze basinikeze more things ezifana njengozalo wathwathombewu ukuze ama filmmakers lawa athole ama opportunities na ukuthi ahamba ayoveza ama talent wawo kube nezinto eziningi then about DFO, KZN Film Commissions and stuff, kulaba abahlezi bengaphumeleli ekutheni mhlawumbe bebefaka ama requirements wabo babafaka kwi database baba mhlawumbe kube nomhlahlandlela thizeni ozokwenza ukuthi kusasa bakwazi ukuthi izinto zabo zibe right entweni abashoda ngazo. Ngiyabonga.
That's a good question. Ngizocela uyiphendula mina ke le. Ngicela ubaba.
Sanibonana, angibonge ithuba ngama last minute. Ubaba Shashu lo bengicela ubuza la uma usubhale iscript esi-move ofuna uma ufuna ukusibisa ku channel e-TV noma SABC drama ungqongqoza kanjani? Thank you very much.
All right, first question, intellectual property. Intellectual property is owning your own product. That's the best way I beg con. Because the moment you write a script, that's your own, which means you need to protect your property. If you go and act, ukashwe, kuzalo, your intellectual property is your talent. So I understand ukuthi acting a talent angit. You showcase the talent yako. So that's the property you own. Because when you go and negotiate with production, but no 10,000. If you respect your property, which is you, your talent, you won't take 20,000 if you know what you that good. The moment uzothatha 200, kodwa kumele uthole 10,000, it means you failed yourself in terms of your own property as an actor. So intellectual property is when you start writing or when you register a company, then that's where you own the property yako. Now, the moment kufika umuntu athi ngizokufanda u-SABC or i-DFO ifika, you need to have a contract ezobhalwa phansi. SABC izothi yazi inluzuko siyayithanda i-idea yakho sifuna ukunika imali but we're going to own i-property yakho. Do you think it's a fair deal? Because we-TV uzoza athi now 10 million sizokunika ushuthi i-movie yakho. When uzo excite wa 10 million, you don't think ukuthi in the next 10 years leya movie yakho izoba khona u-SABC uzokwenza more than 10 million abakunika yona. In the next 5 years u-SABC angenza 100 million when I was signed 10 million phansi 5 years back. Now you crying and saying, hey, yazini i-movie yami isadlala ku-SABC abasangikhokheli, but you gave them intellectual property yakho. So now going to studying in a production mawikala, you either do a research, go to your YouTube, learn about intellectual property, go to library, learn about it, because information is free. Professionally, you need to hire someone who studied economics, or maybe someone who has a law firm. And you remember, guys, that's na imali yokukhokela amaloya la. It's not fair ukuthi uqashe umuntu kodwa angeke umkhokhele. So when it comes to getting a lawyer on a big production, I think that's a good idea, because you're going to be able to pay this person money a court. But kubuhlungu ke manje if uzokhokhela lawyer awunayo ne 10,000 ukuthi umkhokhele. So I think you need to think about lawyers when you have a product at SABC, because we're talking 100 million last, we're talking big money. But now I can't take lawyers to DFO ozongniku 100,000. So you need to know the difference. When do you use your legal for protecting intellectual property? So if you don't have a lawyer and no money to pay the lawyer, do your research. Know about your rights, know about signing a contract. Sometimes I draft my own contracts because I understand the business. So I will sit down, start over, draft the contract from scratch. So that whenever a negotiator nayo, these are my terms. So intellectual property is when you have a product, you need to protect it. Because that's the most thing oivelushayo. Even if ungashona ingane zakho zizodla because of you own the property yako. I hope ngiyiphendule answer yakho question yakho. Maybe just nje angiyiphendulanga in deep. Okay. You can even go study law if you want to run it in your own business. Go and study law, but ama-artists amaningi, they don't have time to go and study law. Find someone oyifundele lento. And then umcela ukuthi I'm starting a production. I know now uyangena kwi-law, uqeda ukuthola i-degree yakho, ngicela ungi-assist. But not many people are doing law. So where are you going to find umuntu owenza law? Because abekho baningi abantu abamnyama benza law. So study wena on yourself, uyifundele, and understand the rules and regulations of a contract. And then another thing, Mama, congratulations. What I'm gonna tell you, and as an advice, it's lonely up there. When you start doing your own thing, especially in your age, bazokuhleka. But umama unje wenzani lo mama akekho famous ubusy ujahana nokushuta. But if you have a goal and a vision ungabalaleli. Keep producing. Doesn't matter whether wenza imali in the next 3 years, but at some point nawe i-energy yaphela ngithi ngoba usumdala. Train ingane yakho mhlambi ethanda ifilm, uyitrain ibe seduze kwakho. So that i-business ihlale la ekhaya. Noma kwenzakalani kuwena usuyenzile i-foundation, nika ingane yakho uyifundisa ama documents yonke into include ku-business yakho because you don't know kule age yakho ukuthi isikhathi sakho. I'm not wishing anything bad, but as an advice, find somebody close or family to protect production company yakho. Because you don't know ukuthi kusasa uthola deal SABC, boom, heart attack because you're too excited. Who's gonna stand for production yakho? So your kid mawuyifundisa. The time ushaya stress ngoba manje stresswa ama artists nani, at least ukhona to carry on the business. So congratulations for starting it because akukho lulu kuyiqala. You're gonna be alone. No one is gonna support you until they see product yenzeka. Ne? Baba upali script. Now you want to know ukuthi where can I take it? No one knows you and no one cares. To be honest with you. No one knows you because you've never written anything professional before. No one cares whether simnandi ibalekile ukuthi people see ukuthi wenzeni before. And for you to succeed kule position okuyona manje, kumele uthole umuntu okhona ku-industry. Because when you take scripts sakho to SABC, kululu start because legally you don't know anything. Intellectual property, we understand. But you know ukuthi you have a good story. Have someone or related or khona ku-industry, sit down with them and say, na idea yami, I want to take it to SABC. If it's good, sign under production yabo. Because at this point in time, you don't have a leg to stand on. Agree on a certain amount and say, okay, as uluzuko kulelako, ngicela usebenza nani, nginalesi script, ngicela sistarte ku SABC. Once ba start, ngicela 10% wale mali, because you don't have experience. I have experience. SABC will trust me more than you. So this thing of writing a script and hoping SABC will start, sometimes it's the hardest road you can take. So always work with someone on an experience or corner who can pick you up. And abanye bazokudlela imali yakho ke bhuti. They will say, hayi sithole 10,000 lapha ku SABC, only to find ukuthi bathole 2 million. But kuwena bathi hayi SABC nika 10,000 because you don't understand the whole procedure. The only thing when oyifuna is just to write. So make sure ukuthi when you write, don't have these high hopes zokuthi uzothola ama million or SABC uzostart. Take someone on a connection at SABC and take the money they can give you. For instance, Inspire. There's a guy who wrote Inspire, and this guy took the idea to own Inspire, company, bomb, and they meet a restaurant, a producer, and this guy was like, wow, I like the idea. 3, 4 months, 6 months down the line, this guy, I started told him a phone call. You know what? Find out kanjani ukuthi story yakhe siyadlala. Wasibona ku TV. How? Last time I had a meeting, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I've been getting information. Ukulandela ukuthi sibaya saqala kanjani. That case, I'm not sure whether it's a court or not. So that guy, because of luckily he's a lawyer, so you can't mess up with a lawyer. So you know what that guy said? What he has in Zobayega, barane first season, angeke complain. I'm not going to go to court. Because he has something as Obabambangayo, because I think he has Lente CBZ intellectual property. The whole idea, the time he went for a meeting, we because he knew he's going to need it. So that benento esho ukuthi ama emails ayakhona. Script ngasibhala, but lo muntu akabuyanga kumina. So he said season 2, season 3, and he said season 3 I'm opening a case. Do you know how much he's going to get because of manje? Imali accumulated season 1, season 2, season 3. So kumela kokele from season 1, season 2, season 3 if we are winning case. So I don't know Leo case yaphelelapi, but somebody says ngaya cause akaziwa wa produce script wa picture lo muntu wa starter wasibona script sakhe sidlala ku TV. So this is always going to happen because no one knows you and no one cares. You shouldn't have feelings ukuthi abantu abangithandi ku industry. No one cares. The only people will love you when they know you've done something. That's where you're going to get funding. That's where you're going to get jobs ku industry because people know ukuthi ubani uqale kephi. But mawuqala hayi khohlwa. No one cares. You need to be strong and fight every day. It's not going to be easy. Ngizocela
ukuvala. But just a few points engifuna ukuzisho. First of all, filmmakers anayo lento yokucompete amongst themselves, and they tend to work in silos, and that never works. It will never work. You can't be a director, producer, writer, actor, zonke lezo zinto ngoba ufuna imali ibe kuwena. Uzozibona ukuthi uzoya kuphi at the end of the day. And then uLuzuku uyakhuluma ngento ye-IP, intellectual property. Angifuni ukuxolisa again ukuthi zange sibe nayo i-workshop ngoba bekumele ngabe sinayo before your session, where we're going to talk about patent, designs, trademarks and all that. So beso cover konke lokho, but ngishilo ngathi we haven't cancelled it, we have just postponed. That's the nicest way yokukhuluma nomuntu. Hayi appointment yami nawe angicancel shanga but postpone it. So ukhona ubaba ke wakhuluma about into yokwenza i-database nabantu abangaqualifyiyo uma be apply yo ngabe phela i-database yami ingangami angazi kangakanani because baningi abantu abangaqualifyiyo, but that is why it's very important ukuthi uma kune workshop umuntu makafike ila khona azothola khona more information naye akhule, yabo. Okay, in closing, sisekhona as i-DFO, istendi sethu singale hall 1. Tomorrow sizobe sino, I'm sure you know MQ, umqondisi ngubane, who is a director in many TV series, but uzobe khuluma ngathi about making money with commercials. There's quite a lot of money there. Ngingalonkhuluma ngokwenza ama-movie, ama-feature film lazothathwa ngo-250,000. Imali yona ama-rights in fact uzobuya wabanikeza for 3 years. Ungabi nawo ama-rights for i-movie yakho, but ama-commercials, there is money there. So uzobe khona u-MQ kusasa talking about introducing commercials to ama-filmmakers. So there's quite a lot there. Izoqala ngo-1, 2, 3 kusasa. And then DFO, I'll also be there talking about ama-opportunities as now. Njengoba uLuzuku kade ekhuluma ngawo. So just after umqondisi, I'll be there hoping ukuthi ne-IDC izobe ikhona. Nayo isho nawo ngamathuba abanayo. And on Sunday, I don't know if you guys watch Durban Jen. There's a lady, Dr. Mthethwa, ne? Yeah, uzobe khona. So besinago Faith igama lakhe. Ngazi ngoFaith mina, but nguDr. Mthethwa. And then kuzobe khona abafana the boys versus amantombazana the girls. Ngawo uSunday. And then so besinaye uMenga. Umenga was the director kwimbewu, and then kube sekuba khona uSiphamandla noMandla. It's a story, ngizonitshela story sakhe ekhona stage on Sunday ukuthi ungene kanjani kuzala. So ngicela ukuyivala bakithi for namhlanje. It's been a very long day. I'm sure you all exhausted, and khona abantu abafuna ubhiya. President got to tell uzovala kusasa. No, I'm joking. Ningaze ningishaye. But thank you so much, guys, for coming and being part of this awesome, marvelous session. And thanks to Uluzuku. Can you please give him a round of applause? Your contacts?
Please, guys, my WhatsApp 073 6196 263. My WhatsApp 073 6196 263. My Instagram, I have 2 accounts, Lelako Productions, or you can also unglandele Luzugo Yafele, Lelako Productions, or another page, Luzugo Yafele. Facebook, I've got 3 pages. I've got Lelako Productions on Facebook, Luzugo Yafele on Facebook. I've got also Umshato wa Manga page. So you can follow me as Uluzugo Yafele, or just check Lelako Productions. Uzongithola khona.
And please don't call after 10 with that sexy voice. Hi, Lizika. Thank you very much. A round of applause to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys, thank you.